Hey, this is Jack over at Dominion. I'm out at 441 North Kenwood. We were out here when the property was just totally gutted, 4 brick walls. I wanted to show you the progress we've had here so far. We actually had a contractor who was doing the HVAC work here and wanted to, actually let me walk outside. So we were asking him some questions about how how the project was going, particularly about the HVAC. He pulled a permit on it and was roughing in the HVAC, but we were just asking him some questions about why he did the runs a certain way, and we weren't really getting answers that we really felt confident in. So we decided to call in a second opinion here with one of our other HVAC subs, and really kind of found out that the work really wasn't kind of up to par. So we decided to pull the HVAC work from the contractor and give it to our HVAC sub. So I'm gonna show you inside how far along we are right now. This is probably 2 or 3 weeks since the last time we were out here. Going to the basement first. Still got that cut floor design. See the guys are down here roughing in the gas line right now. This is our plumber. And you can see the framing was here before, when we were out here before. We got roughing in the gas line right now. You can see the HVAC work, some of the HVAC work that was done. Didn't really understand how this setup was going to work unless you set the furnace on its side, which didn't make sense. Seems like the GC that we had out here, and we don't usually work with GCs, and this is kind of the reason why, is that if they're not swinging the hammer themselves, we don't know who they're subbing it out to. If they're not our guy who they're subbing it out to, we just really don't feel confident in the work. For this reason, so we try to work with guys who we've done before, who say they've got good guys, and we're always trying to bring in good mechanics into the fray, and it's really a trial by error. So in this particular case, the subcontractor that we had out, or the contractor that we had out here, said he had a good HVAC guy, and it just didn't work out with him. So we won't be using him again. So it's no real way to see that up front. You see what kind of work they do, and then decide whether it's up to par. A particular concern was this is the return right here along this wall. So he had just a pan, so that there's metal right over here, and didn't have anything against the back of that. If there's no issue here, but if this were lead paint against that wall, then the return air would have been pulling through lead paint. Obviously, significant health hazard there. So, and also the size of the return was just not big enough. You really want a 20x8 return, and we're looking at like a 14x4 return right there. So we weren't getting real good answers from that. So we decided to bring in a second opinion with our other HVAC sub, and he's going to end up taking over the job here. But the plumbing's all roughed in. Electrical is mostly roughed in. I don't think we've got any stickers here yet. They're still in process. But you can get a sense of how the project is progressing. There's guys in here working right now. It's a weekday, so they're out here getting it done. So you can see all electrics roughed in. And we're insistent that all of our subcontractors pull permits and get stickers. One, because it's city code and you absolutely have to. City inspectors are way too on it to try to get around that. And then the other is that it's they're trained guys. They know what they're looking at, and it's a minimal level of security for you as the investor to know that at least some third party has put their eyes on the work and said that it's not grossly wrong. So it's not much of a security blanket, but it's something. It's better than nothing. And unless you're a licensed subcontractor yourself in that trade, you really should have some kind of third-party eyes on it. So that's the other reason that we absolutely insist on having stickers on the work. We probably would have, not sure whether this would have passed or not. It really kind of depends on what the inspector said. But we're glad that we got the second opinion here, just because if we're gonna completely gut a house, we want to make sure that it's a high-quality renovation for the long term. We don't want efficiency issues with respect to an unbalanced system, and so we're glad we got a second opinion on this one. All right, this is Jack over at 441 North Kenwood. We'll check up in a couple weeks after roughing's done and see how things are going.